Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me to discuss how elections impact the markets is Caleb Silver, editor-in-chief at Investopedia. And Caleb, what are the different ways elections can make an impact on markets?
Well, elections make a lot of noise in the stock market for sure because of the uncertainty, especially in an election year like 2020. So much uncertainty that investors kind of want to back out, or they're trying to hedge their bets about who's going to win. So there's a lot of noise, and then there's a lot of uncertainty around the policies that next president or that administration may bring in with them if they should win, and if they have the backing of Congress. So people are thinking about taxes, they're thinking about fiscal policies, they're thinking about how that's going to affect their portfolio, but also their entire investing strategy. But if you pull way back and you look at an election over the course of history, 50 years or so, elections are blips in terms of volatility, but the effects don't last very long.
Now, is the market impacted by the election if a Democrat versus Republican president wins, or is it more associated with the economy and projected policy?
It's absolutely associated with the economy, the era that president is sitting in, what's happening economically, geopolitically, with the United States and other countries, what's happening with trade, but also what kind of a trend are we in? Are we in a growth trend? Are we in a cyclical bull market where things are growing, where the economy is growing and GDP is growing? Or are we contracting or coming in and out of a recession? That really depends on the most. When there's uncertainty is kind of leading up to the polls, leading up to election day, and we've been seeing it in 2020, lots of choppiness because people don't know what's on the other side of this for a variety of reasons. So you get the noise going in, but on the other side, it usually smooths out.
So what are investors thinking about right now?
Investors are worrying about the election. They're worrying about the uncertainty about who's going to win. They're also worrying about the aftermath of it. Investopedia has been surveying our readers since this pandemic began, and their number one concern for the past 2 months has been the election. And now they're concerned about the aftermath of the election, including social unrest, but they're also concerned about COVID and coronavirus spreading again and what that might mean to the economic outlook. All those things are baked into this election, of course. So that's top of mind for them. And they've been thinking about it and looking up a lot of terms and financial information about the impacts of the election and who might win.
All right, Caleb, appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.